Wings of Redemption started his career on YouTube with Call of Duty, one of the biggest back in the day. He created his YouTube account on January 26, 2008. On October 1st, 2009, he posted his first video, DP28 Ground War 30-6.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Stand the granted situation, you fake the suicide.
Wings of Redemption used to be liked. Now he doesn't make YouTube videos and only live streams. A little bit of information on Wings of Redemption. His real name is Jordie Jordan, he is 32, and he weighs about 500 pounds. If Wings, or any fans, or anyone who dislikes him, to the average Joe watching, this video isn't about hating Wings, it's about analysing him and his career, and what the future may hold for him. Let us start off with the positives of Wings of Redemption's career. As stated before, he's been on YouTube for over 10 years. He's part of the first generation of YouTubers, in particular Call of Duty YouTubers. Wings of Redemption does provide quality content and some historical moments. Even if that does come round to bite him in the ass, that's just his persona we all got to love and know.
Look here! Look, listen! Appearing offline does not fucking stop it. So stop giving fucking advice you know nothing about.
This is where I may be a bit biased here and say that he is one of the very few streamers that I actually enjoy to watch. When he isn't flipping out breaking his controllers and blaming everything on his team.
God damn it, fuck, nobody gave me help on him. Nobody, come on.
He has some chilled streams, this being a Let's Play. There is also a comical feel to when he loses his shit, because it does provide good content and adds to the legacy of Wings of Redemption's historical moments as a Call of Duty YouTuber. Also to me, he seems more positive and takes the time to acknowledge donations and subscriptions, whereas a lot of streamers just have no reaction and/or a monotone voice when receiving donations or subscriptions because it's the norm for them.
Ooh, corn is good. Hey, Wings sister on live right now. Shout out to my friend. Okay.
So at the moment, Wings of Redemption has 627 subscribers, last time I checked, and aims to make $50+ a day when streaming. So if we take into account that he streams 4 days a week minimum, that's $3,135 just on subscriptions and $800 a month if he meets his quota. That's a total of $3,935 a month. Now yearly on subscriptions he'll make $37,620 plus $9,600 on donations. That's $47,220 a year. Considering he's hated at the moment throughout the community, that's still some good money to be making playing video games. Wings of Redemption also donated $2,000 out of his own money to a girl he promised he would raise funds for who was disabled. This went on a wheelchair and surgery for the girl's spine. He also raised $8,000 for the girl too. The reason he put $2,000 of his own money into it is that he didn't want to break the promise to the girl.
Really? So how much did you raise?
$8,000.
Nice, man. That's huge. So that she'll get a check for $8,000?
She'll get a check for $8,000, and I'm donating the other $2,000.
And you're donating $2,000 on your own?
Yep.
The constant complaining at troll channels. I can see where he's coming from in a sense. That people out there are glorifying his downfall. For example, Wings of Redemption, Professional eBeggar or Wingstings. However, YouTuber like Sean Ranklin will upload pretty much every stream you do and shows the good and bad. However, it can be argued that he does deserve the flack he gets from these troll channels.
This game makes me hate fucking life. It really does. And motherfuckers that come in here just to watch this shit, I hate you too.
I really don't know how bright Wings is.
What's my IQ? It's like 62 or some shit like that.
Or he's playing us all like a fiddle, where he keeps flipping out on these troll channels so they create content for him, to then promote more people to watch his stream to see him flip out. However, I don't believe this is true in the slightest, just an observation. The layout of his Twitch is quite lazy. It's not professional at all. Considering this has been his job for over 10 years, You would expect Wings of Redemption to understand the importance of a layout.
I don't play games for fun, dude. I don't smile, man. I got nothing to smile about in life.
The victim card does run out at some point, especially how hypocritical he is. You can't say to your viewers, if you don't donate or if you don't give any money, fuck off, and in the next breath beg for money because you can't live otherwise. That's not how providing content works, or creating a community who supports you. It's the complete opposite.
Yeah, I've been begging for subs for almost 5 hours now. This might be the last game. Stanley, nobody's gonna ban you for not donating, dude. That's people trying to be assholes. You're worthless because, like, I don't give a shit if you watch or not. You're not worth any money to me.
You also complain a lot about being unhappy, about your weight, and how you hate your job. You can't honestly believe that people who view your stream all the time want to constantly hear this. You do nothing to help yourself. You can't expect things to change. This once again is playing on the victim card. Let me make this clear. It's not about your continuous complaining about how unhappy you are, or about your weight, or about how you hate your job. It's the fact you do nothing about it to solve the problem. And following on from the previous point, that you do nothing to help yourself and you complain all the time, the hypocrisy is real. Stop being so depressive and angry towards your community. It's not a professional outlook, and it doesn't look good on you. Now, I can understand if people are being heinous with their actions towards you and you ban them. Completely understand that. However, you can't just ban people because they give you advice.
Insulting my gaming skill is a perma-ban. Period. I don't care if they're a subscriber, a mod, or anything. If they ever say anything about my gaming skill, please just ban them.
Once again, that doesn't promote a strong community. You are literally just giving content for the troll channels you so much despise.
Look here! Look, listen!
So how's it been, man?
I'm not here to conversate, man.
I'm just trolling you, chill. It's not that
Whatever. I hope your family dies in an automobile wreck.
What? Who the fuck says that?
I say that because you're a fucking piece of shit. You're a human equivalent of a piece of shit. How the fuck I'm not blaming teammates? Fuck you, Wager King. Get the fuck out of my chat. Get somebody ban him.
Now, these are the clips that I see the majority of your old fans keep bringing up. Now, the key words, old fans.
Hey, wait, how does it feel that everyone in here used to support you and now fucking hate you now? How does it make you feel?
I have stated you have created historical moments for the Call of Duty YouTube community. However, I never stated if they were positive or negative on your career. Sadly, the majority of the content you have provided have been for the worse for your image. But now the time has passed, they bring comical relevance behind them. When A, they've grown up, and following on from the first point, B, they've now started to add up all the bad reactions you've had on situations, which once again does not look good for your future image, your present image, and your past image. It may seem there are a lot more negatives to positives, but Wings, if you're watching this isn't a bad thing or me being a bully. I understand you're going through a tough time, but you do need to listen to the advice given to you and the advice I'm about to give you. I personally just want everyone to be happy and live the longest and fullest life possible. With the weight Wings is at, and the fact that he's not using his joints or his muscles on a regular basis, his physical and mental health will only get worse. Even if I didn't like his content, I wouldn't want him to be in ill health. Now, I know the obvious answer to counter everything I'm about to say. With me, a YouTuber with no subscribers or fan base giving advice may seem obsolete. But just hear me out on a couple of things. Firstly, it's easier to give an outside perspective on a situation when you aren't emotionally attached. And secondly, I took the time to research the history of Wings of Redemption to see how he can pull himself out of the mess he is in and make a shit situation into a good one. And also, I've been following Wings of Redemption for quite some time too. The key point I want to state for Wings of Redemption's success is to be proactive and not reactive. The first thing Wings of Redemption should start to do if he wants to knock down the door on YouTube again is to apologise.
What's Wings doing? Uh-oh.
Even if certain people don't want to hear it, message people from the PKA podcast, Woody or Kyle for example, or even DJ Keemstar. Message them saying you want to start a new leaf in your book and want to make amends with people. Ask them if you could call them and make a video about it. Even if they reject you and don't want your apology, like you've done with Woody recently, you can still make a video yourself on the situation, where you express your sympathy towards the stuff you may have said to them and the community.
I apologize for this. You're a very successful man. You do a lot of great things, and I have a lot of praise for you. I look up to you as almost like a way. I'm sorry, Woody. This is a sincere apology. It honestly is. I've already got the backlash from it, so like I don't have to do.
And if we take a look at the video you did to Woody, look at the reception it got. So many people were and still are rooting for you. Now for some more examples of apologising to people, you could apologise to Kyle for not going on the PKA survival trip, to DJ Keemstar for just arguing constantly, and even if they don't want an apology, you can still make it just so they know, like you did to Woody, that you are sorry for the actions you've done in the past. Now you can also apologise to people in the community, not directly, but as a whole, to stuff that you said which were over the line. Like for example, one person you got annoyed with, you wish the whole family died in a car accident. This will gain you respect, like it did with the Woody video, and even if you don't agree with it at all, you need to make amends to continue your career, like you did with Woody. This leads me on to my next point, YouTube, where you started. Now you may hate the idea of actually putting in editing and research into video games again. However, you have to do this if you want to continue doing this as a career, even if it's making let's plays of video games, to uploading non-live stream ranked games of Siege, to making in-depth videos of Siege as a main video. You have a community, you'll have a community of people who hate you, to a community that does like you. It will gain attention, for bad and for good. But I honestly believe if you listen to what I'm saying, in the long run, the community will start to like you again, and you can go off and buy an overpriced gas guzzler again. Now let's stay on the idea of YouTube here. You've contacted Boogie for a live stream and talked about it there. Why not contact Boogie again? Someone with a big fan base, and every other week you guys make a video together about your weight loss. Advice to big guys. This will give you more fans, more respect, and more motivation to act on your own weight loss. Talking about weight loss and YouTube, why don't you make a separate weight loss series? You've done it before, but you never continued it. Clearly the community cares more about you than ever. And one of the big reasons why they're frustrated is that you got donated $25,000 to do the surgery and you're just pussyfooting around. This will once again gain you respect on YouTube. You'll make money off these videos and you'll be able to track your progress. You can make it daily where you talk about what you're going to eat, what exercise you're going to do, how your live stream went, and how you feel about YouTube. Say the positives and the negatives, what you're struggling with and what you find easy. One of the biggest problems you're facing is the fact you're in denial about a lot of things. One day you'll say one thing, the next day you'll say another. For example, you say you don't want to do this job anymore. Then the next day, you say you just want to stream in peace. It's the same as your weight loss. You complain about the weight being a massive factor in your life that you can't do a lot of stuff, but you don't do anything about it. You can't have it both ways. You can't expect to lose weight if you don't act on it. You can't expect the community to like you if you keep hating on the community. You can't expect to make money if you don't give back to the community.
Alright, Redneck, welcome to Ban World. Mods, please ban anybody that calls me Richard too. I don't even like that, so just go and ban them.
Let's talk about your attitude towards YouTube and Twitch, your fans and your life. For years you have complained about being a big guy, about how depressed it makes you, and how you can't do anything about it. You never look further than your nose with this weight loss. I understand that I don't know what it's like to be a 450 to 500 pound guy. It must be horrible, but this didn't happen overnight. This is decades in the making to where you are right now. Now take a look at this video.
I'm basically going to try to save up and get the lap band surgery. I know I talked about this a year ago at this time, getting the lap band, but I'm just going to save up the money and get it outright.
Back in 2012, you were talking about getting a gastric band, and how it will motivate you because you don't want to waste $8,000. It's been 6 years and you haven't done shit. You progress a little bit and pussy out and go back to square one. The community gives you $25,000 and you're still on the fence. Don't get me wrong, on paper I understand it must be terrifying. And even the thought process of putting on running shoes will be scary. But you need to start now. You're so lucky that you don't have something like COPD or something that complicates you ever working out. Act now before it's too late, and before you know it, you'll start to feel positive about yourself. You'll start to have a different outlook on life, a positive outlook on life, a bright future for yourself, and that's the key thing. So what can you do to twist the troll channels into a positive? Well, do a Birdman.
Nigga, when my name come up, respect it.
Let's go.
Stop playing with my fucking name. I'll drill y'all. Stop playing with my name. Put some respect when you mention my name. You talking about killers, but you ain't no killer.
Hire someone who can make a beat and put all your catchphrases into it. This will show you have a sense of humour, and then you'll take the piss out yourself. You'll also make money out of this. Talking about bringing more of an income in, make some merchandise with the catchphrases you have in the song, for example. So at the start, make it so it's made to order and go on from there. People will buy and it will bring extra income. You also need to realise that the troll channels, Yes, may be irritating and showing a bad side to you. However, like I stated before, you have some historical videos of you flipping out. It provides content. Think about this, the main troll channel for you is Sean Ranklin. He has uploaded a couple of positive videos about you. He literally will take what the stream gets, which is sadly, Wings, you being depressive and complaining all the time. Look at the positive of this. Sean Ranklin, for example, is editing your videos for free, pushing your content out there to attract more people to watch you. Just ride with it. Twist a negative into a positive. What I really want to make clear here is that I don't want to see any reasonable human being sad, and I want everyone to live their happiest and longest life possible. Watching your videos for years, and especially this last week, creating this video, the trend I see is a real downer. You attempt something and stop because it gets a little bit inconvenient and hard. From what I read online, I don't know how true this is. With complications with his family that can affect his life, the fact that he's addicted to a high-calorie fatty food diet, the hate from the community, financial issues, the weight being a massive downer, him being isolated in a small area he lives in particular his house, and all other situations happening in his life which cause him to be on medication for depression, you can very clearly see Wings of Redemption has a lot of defense mechanisms. For example, not taking advice from people, due to his profession being that he is an above average player on a video game, and doesn't want that credibility to be attacked, so he'll be very defensive if someone says otherwise. I just want this video to help you, Wings of Redemption, before it's too late. This wasn't a troll video nor a fanboy video, but a video from the outside perspective of someone who just wants you to change your life around for the best.